Hi guys, this is Forgetful Scholar and welcome back to another book review. So this week is Hero Cowboy and Mercenary Devil. So the first book is Cowboy Courage, a Longhorn Canyon novel by Carolyn Brown. And this is Hero Cowboy. This is an FM contemporary, slice of life kind of a deal. The reason I picked it up, I don't know, I've been in like a cowboy kick, I don't know. But also, the back of it, Rose, I was intrigued by the back cover's description. So Rose is Army, and she is home trying to figure out if she's going to re-enlist or not. And I thought that was a fun kind of little twist. She's a translator, and she goes to her hometown between enlistments to kind of figure out if she's going to re-enlist or take one of the private sector jobs because, you know, translators, she's got a lot of options. She's got a lot of options, you know. And the hero is named Hudson, but Hud, which is not the best name. He is just your regular, handsome, smart, funny, kind cowboy that's also a hero fireman, perfect in every way. Yeah. So this one I did 2 stars, and there was nothing that really stuck out to me that I didn't like. It's just I didn't really fall into the story. I didn't get hooked on the story. It kind of took me a while to get through it, and I didn't DNF it because it was cute. It was cute. I just found myself not really caring about the suspense that I'm supposed to care about. So Rose and Hud, oof, I hate that nickname, but anyway, Rose and Hud are childhood sweethearts, first love, first kiss kind of thing when they were 14. Very cute, very cute. And the thing about this, I was kind of thrown because by chapter 2, they're going on a date. Like it's, like it's not this huge, like, dramatic, like, oh, does he care about me? Does he not? Like, there's no drama. You know what I mean? He hit on her. She flirted back. He asked her out on a dinner date. She said yes. You know? And then it's just life around them made things complicated. Like, she has this aunt, I think her aunt that came down to stay with her, and she's bossy and loud, and I think she was supposed to be the added drama to the story, but also be the comic relief. I didn't really find her funny. I found her really kind of irritating. And the thing is, like, I have a lot of aunts, like a lot of aunts, and they're all very opinionated. And they all have your best interest at heart, but they definitely let you know when they think you're being a fool and things like that. So I have experience with well-minding but busybody aunts, right? So this one, and I love my aunt. So this one, like, I wasn't like, oh, that's so true. It was just like, no, she was being really irritating. And, you know, she was kind of like, had no concept of what was going on and kind of getting in the way, even though she knew Rose and Hud were sort of, they went out to dinner. Like, it was just strange. It was very, like, it felt very false to me. You know what I mean? And then, like, Hud, he's just perfect. Like, absolutely perfect. Like, not only is he, like, smart, funny, good-looking, considerate, sort of, like, very dependable, a rancher. Not only that, but, like, he's a volunteer fireman, and you go with him, like, as the reader, and he saves this young girl and her baby, her infant daughter's life, and I'm like, he's too perfect. He's too perfect. Is he a serial killer? Are there bodies hidden in the basement? There has to be a flaw. And yes, I know I have issues, but I was just like, come on, does he, like, something, there has to be some kind of character flaw, because he doesn't feel real, and Rose didn't feel real, because she was kind of perfect too, in a very strange kind of way. Excuse me. Excuse me. Nasal post drip. It is, I got it pretty bad. Okay. Sorry about that. My throat hurts. Okay. Yeah, they were kind of so like they were so perfect. It was hard for me to be like root for them, even though I'm happy they have a happy ending. And I did enjoy the pace of the book. I thought the writer's style was very effortless to read and to enjoy. Will I check this writer out again? I think so. Maybe I'm gonna lay off the Cowboys for a little bit because maybe that's why I wasn't into it, because I've been reading Cowboys like nonstop. I mean, I have other books in that as well, but like seems for like 3 weeks straight I've been reading Cowboy, so maybe that was it. It's possible. And what I did enjoy is that this is, I don't know which number in the Longhorn Canyon series, because they don't put numbers on it. I mean, the independents do. Come on. Ah. Anyway, but I didn't feel like I was lost. Like, it talked about his twin brother. His twin brother was in the story, and obviously the book before was his twin brother's story. I didn't feel lost. I didn't feel like they gave me a huge info dump, so that was really great. So I enjoy when that happens because, like, again, the main published books, they don't really have numbers on their series, so sometimes, especially when I get these books at a thrift store, I'm not getting them in order. That's why some of Lisa Kleypes's stories have been on my TBR shelf for a while, because I know they're not in the right order, and I know I should read some of the books before jumping into those, so I just know what's going on. And also, I'm really bad about TBR, like really bad. Because I'm like, oh, that looks cute, I'm gonna put it on my TBR shelf, and like, ooh, something shiny. So I read that instead. So, that's also on me. So I did appreciate that. And he takes care of the orphan baby. He saves this little girl's life, and this girl, her baby daddy kind of left her all alone. He bounced, so he's taking care of the baby with Rose. I was like, he's too perfect. Like, what? Something. Anyway, and I felt like the writer was trying to put outside stress on the situation more than it needed. Because, again, she's at a crossroads. Rose is at a crossroad. Hey, I got it. In her career. So I could completely see, like, internally her being like, should I get into a serious relationship when I'm not sure if I'm even staying in town? I don't know if I'm gonna re-enlist. I don't know if I'm gonna take these private contract jobs. I'm not sure. That's so up in the air. So I could understand, like, a rational adult who, wants to be in an adult relationship, taking pause when their career is so crazy, and just kind of thinking about that. Like, I felt like that would be enough dramaticness for this story, because it is a slice of life, So yeah, so that was kind of it. It was a happy ending. It was very sweet. It was very cute. Couldn't really get into it. Again, that could have been on like Cowboy burnout, or just I felt like the author was making stuff more complicated than what the story naturally would have been. And there was a lot of complications for the progression of the story naturally in the characters she wrote that could have done it. Because HUD describes himself as like the very dependable twin. So of course, maybe he wouldn't have wanted to get into a serious relationship with a woman who wasn't sure she was even going to stay in town either. So there was a lot of stuff that could have been played with just with the personalities we got. So that's why it was a 2. It's just too much. It's too much. And like her aunt, like apparently Rose's dad like runs a commune. Like there was so much that had like nothing to do with the 2 characters and the story that we were in. That was just like a lot. It was a lot. Like I was like, enough. There's a lot. I don't need to know about the aunt's husband and that he's a son of a bitch, or not even husband, but that he was a son of a bitch. I don't need to know, okay. So Rose's father's controlling. Cool. Tell us that. But if he's actually in the story, which he wasn't really in the story. So it was just a lot of stuff that you get told that doesn't really apply. So it was just a little too much. So that's why it's his 2-star. Will I check this author out again? Yeah, I think so. Again, I liked her writing style, or their writing style, I should say. So I'm going to try. Maybe it did seem they were heavy on the cowboys, and sometimes you're in the mood for a sexy cowboy. So when I'm in the mood for a sexy cowboy again, I'll check it out. So the second one is Mercenary Devil. Now, this author... Her Alien Ghost, A Monster Bite Story 2 by Michele Mills. This author, she's been on the show a bit. So, this one, okay, so it's a novella. It's a novella. It was quick. I really enjoyed it. And normally I don't like romance novels with ghosts or what the person thinks is a ghost. I'm always like, okay, whatever. But I enjoyed this quite a bit. So Skogg, Skogg, that's his name, and he's the alien race that we've been seeing with all her stories so far. He was a mercenary, and he was hired to protect this, well, beef up the security for this castle that was sort of like a rogue lab where they were doing experiments. Experiment went wrong because they were trying to figure out how to phase solid objects through solid objects. Experiment went wrong, and he ended up in this sort of half-phase kind of existence. Now, the reason I thought this was kind of clever and kind of fun, it reminded me of a Stargate episode, and I love Stargate, so I was like, okay, I'm here for it. It's kind of, I mean, you know, it. This is a contemporary FM sci-fi monster romance, because again, this is contemporary because in this mythos, humans were abducted thousands of years ago and then placed on New Earth. So technically it's the same time period. It's just we have human aliens that are New Earth that are, you know, with these other races, which I always think is very clever. Oh, I forgot the girl's name. I apologize. Emma. How did I forget that? I love that name. Emma, she just graduated from business school, and they're on Solar, I think. Sola? And this castle that Skogg was protecting, it's been abandoned, and the species there is very superstitious, so he thinks he's a ghost. Because during the day, he phases out. At nighttime, he becomes solid, which is convenient for a romance story, let me tell ya. So... I don't know what that was. I'm a little tired. Sorry. I'm just up on cough medicine, I guess. And it's interesting because again, on this planet, she's sort of like the only human going to this college, and the government's like, oh, this super haunted, let's have a laugh and give it to that stupid human, and haha, wouldn't it be funny? So you get another concept of how like these alien races just think humans are barely above pets in this kind of world. I'm fascinated by that. You know what I mean? I'm like, huh. So she's like, you know, I'm going to turn this into a bed and breakfast because it's gorgeous, even though it's ruined. I am going to fix it, and I'm going to show those people to suck it. You know, and as she runs the business, she gets citizenship on Solar, because she doesn't want to go back to New Earth. Because like what we've seen in the past, New Earth is kind of a dump. So at night, he solidifies, and she, you know, and through happenstance, because some things happen, because his universal translator is not working, and she doesn't speak his language. So through trial and error, they are able to communicate. He tells her what he needs for help. She gets to it. Romance novel stuff happens. There's a little there's some alien ghost hunters that I thought were pretty funny in this. Like, they're not there for long, you know, it's sort of that. So he becomes solid again. They meet. They both get citizenship. They turn the castle, because the castle belongs to them, so they fix it up. The fun part, because I like how all these stories are connected, that Skogg, so not pronouncing that right, but remember, I think Monsters Love Curvy Girls, Her Alien Duke or something like that. It was like the third or fourth book, Duke of Ashmore. the butler is the hero in this story is his uncle. So it's like, oh, that's cute, all connected. So it was a cute story. So it's a 4 stars because I don't know, there's something about this. I liked the clever sci-fi play on ghost. I like the interactions between the heroine and the hero. I like that the heroine was like, oh, I'm gonna fix this. I got a plan and this is what we're gonna do. You know, and that's what happened. So I like that quite a bit. I am enjoying this writer. It's very short. Again, a novella. It was about like 90 pages, I would say. I like, but they're really great at pacing. They're really good at packing a lot in a small bit. So I'm enjoying myself. So that's it for this week. I don't want too much time for me to get back to the real world. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you later. Bye.